How we doing?
We're back.
Yay.
Feels like it's been forever.
It does. We are back. I'm back. You've been here. I'm back from the Big Apple, which is great. So we kind of just put the entire podcast on pause. But you've been doing your shorts, so good on you. I haven't done shit in the last, feels like, week or so, and it showed.
I was
My
gonna say, yeah,
fantasy
your
team.
team's showing.
Everybody went on vacation. Week 8 recap. We are back. How you doing tonight?
Good. I've been good.
Things are good.
Haven't seen you on this pod in a minute.
Yep. Nobody's seen it because there hasn't been any that have been out. Yeah, so I was gone for a week, but now I'm back, and we are back in schedule. My second note in here is we have some new babies in the friend group.
New babies.
Couple boys. So shout out Drew and Kev and Britt and Joe.
Yes.
Pretty
Shout
cool.
out moms.
Yeah, shout out the moms out there because we got a lot now. So that was cool.
Shout out Nico and unnamed baby
Yeah, and baby to be named later.
with an R. I don't know if you saw that in the chat. Starts with an R.
I did not see that. All right.
Someone said, "Is it Ronnie?" And he said, "Absolutely not."
We have a couple deal or no deal episodes out there. That's been kind of fun. So that might be what we will be switching to on our Saturday episodes going forward.
Yeah, when we can get to it.
Yeah. So a couple hits there. Then I'll be gone again that week of November 10th. So a couple weeks. See if we can actually figure something out this time for that. But today we'll talk about the injuries. We're going to go back to our fantasy league matchup recap. So it's been several weeks, I think, since at least 4 or 5 maybe since we've checked in with the league. So it feels like the appropriate time. So waiver pickups. That's pretty much it. So the majority of this will be the matchups.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the games and players within.
Sure. Can't wait. Start with the injuries.
Yeah, you take that. You take this.
Just a big bummer. In mirror image to our guy Fred Warner on the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Scadaboo dislocated his ankle and is done for the year. They prefaced this on Red Zone to look away if you wanted to, and they showed his ankle basically at a 90-degree angle of where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. Sucks for fantasy owners, sucks for the NFL, because that was a cool story there in New York. I just can't. It's funny because taking the train and like walking around the city and stuff, there was where last time, so that was in May, it was all Knicks talk because that was playoffs and all that. And on the train, I hear like people talking about Dart and Scadaboo and like talking up Wan'Dale Robinson and trying to talk themselves into their 2-6 start or whatever. But yeah, that's a shitty injury. So he's probably going to be out for the year.
I mean, yeah, not even talking about neighbors too.
Yep. So similar situations to Fred Warner and then Chris Godwin from last year. So clearly a lot of time to miss there. So we'll talk about that outlook at the end. Quinton Judkins left the game in the third quarter with a shoulder injury. So we'll have to monitor that this week. Probably get some MRI notes because we know he's been high on everybody's lists going forward. So a lot of people are relying on him. So we'll see what's up with that. Saquon Barkley left the game with a groin injury, but he was in good spirits on the sideline. Didn't seem that serious, and he said he could have went back out there if they weren't already dogging the Giants.
Yeah, we thought it was a hammy, which would have been worse.
Yeah, it looked like it because he
At
kind
least
of
I
just
think.
came up lame after a run. So I don't think a lot to be worried about with Saquon there. Maybe for 1 week, which could.
I mean, he still went off for you too this week.
Yeah, that was after he had 30-something points. I'm pretty sure it was in the fourth quarter. And then guys that missed this week in general, so we'll kind of catch up on stuff from the last week and a half. Labar, Purdy, Binky Baby Bryce, Jaden Daniels, and weirdly almost healthy, but not healthy enough, JJ McCarthy. Did you see that play when
he dodged it?
Was it, I don't know who it was, Jefferson or someone caught a ball on the sideline, or it was Aaron Jones maybe, and he like ran out of bounds, and McCarthy
jumped out of the way.
He like jumped out of the way and then like was clapping and pointing for the first time. I was like, oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
totally not healthy. So something weird going on there. Maybe they might go back to him this week after Wentz looked like complete shit. So as the quarterbacks, running backs, we had Bucky and Omarion Hampton. Omarion Hampton's still on the IR, and Bucky has missed several weeks now at this point. I think it's up to his 4th week missed with multiple different injuries, his ankle and his shoulder. And they need him.
And by next week, so you're gonna be out with Bucky again.
Another week with Bucky, and the Bucks desperately need him back.
Yeah, you could just tie into Godwin and Evans. Evans is probably.
I saw something that he like might come back at the end of the year, but his whole season is fucked.
Yeah, and then
unfortunate.
Godwin has just been tied in with Bucky. They've missed the same amount of time.
Wait, so what happened to Godwin? He came back for a game, and then what?
2 games.
Okay,
2 games, and then I believe they said it was a fibula-related injury, but it wasn't
related to his ankle.
Yeah, which I don't know about that.
Okay. Yeah, so not that many running back injuries besides obviously Scadaboo that we didn't already know about. And then wide receivers, AJ Brown missed this week, Nico Collins, Drake London was a weird scratch this morning after getting put on the injury report on Friday, I believe. Gare Bear, Chris Godwin, obviously, and Ricky Pearsall has not played in a minute. So out of all these guys, London not being there killed the Falcons today, and obviously with Cousins in there, nothing really happened. What did Devontae Smith end up doing today? What was his final line?
Like 5 for 80.
Yeah, Goddard had 2 touchdowns. Saquon had.
Dotson had that underthrown, like 50-yarder.
Like weird catch and mossed him pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So you expected more from Devontae Smith, but it seems like they didn't really need him.
Yeah, he's still. I mean, he gave you basically his numbers. Like if AJ Brown was out there over the last few years, kind of like that. Wide receiver 2, 13 points. His floor.
Yeah, right. He looks great. Definitely would be a number 1 guy if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that's really all the injuries. There wasn't, obviously, the Scadaboo one was a tough one. But other than that, this is all old news. The Drake London one was kind of caught everybody off guard. So hopefully you had a pivot option there. And we'll have to monitor. And the Lamar one was kind of weird, too.
Lamar one was probably the weirdest.
Because he practiced fully on Friday and then just didn't play.
Well, they're getting in trouble for it. I think I told you. They could be fined and lose draft picks or something.
Yeah, good shit.
And then their coach, Harbaugh, said it was an honest mistake.
Okay.
So
thanks, John.
I mean, they won today.
They did, which has not been something that they've been doing lately. So that's really all the injuries. So I guess now we can just get into the matchups. Let's go over the standings first. How about that? So
heading into
this week, we have 10 teams. Talked about this before. You get two decisions per week, one with your matchup and the other one with the top half and bottom half of scoring.
Mm-hmm. So it's 14 possible through 7 weeks.
Yep. 4 teams make the playoffs. So the playoff teams right now are going into the week. Was myself, Eric, Kevin, and my co-host. 50% of the playoffs is Hot Route. We'll see if that continues going forward. And then
be the first round matchup.
Bubble teams have been Lil J, Trevor, Rick, who's turned his season around with a trade that may not be doing stuff in the box score, but obviously the locker room is loving it.
And we got the Barrel Boys.
We got the San Diego boys, John and Gail. And then at the bottom,
our favorite,
the reigning champ, Mr. Dyke. So with that being said, we'll get to the first matchup, which is me versus Eric. A rivalry, old as time, but did not live up to the expectations today.
I will say, with 2 quarterbacks, for me, it's like the lowest I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, I was gone this week. I wasn't there to motivate my team. They kind of just took the week off like I did. So it's fair, I guess. Nobody on my team has more than 10 points. I started a negative defense. I have a quarterback with no receivers to throw to. One of my running backs has 1 ankle.
And the quarterback won by 20.
Yep. Oh, yeah. which is even more weird. I had a running back with probably the most favorable matchup you can think of, and he only had 4. My surefire Tyler Warren was not. I mean, he honestly has had this line multiple times, 4 for 53, but just didn't get in the end zone. Kez Johnson, 5 for 43. Hell yeah. It's just Dak and really everybody. But like you said, and I've said this multiple times too, I would rather this happen
for sure
than me to lose like I did week 1 by like a point on like the last play. So we're just going to chalk this one up, move on. Obviously, I still have Rasheed and Debo. Rasheed was a bright spot last week, but we're just going to chalk it up and move on. And yeah, the Scadaboo thing hurts because sneaky, my running backs are really thin after Bijan. And now I have Tyrone Tracy on my team, so he can kind of just hopefully go in there and
just plug and play.
Hopefully it's not a 50-50 split. I feel like they like Tracy a little bit more than Singletary, but there's absolutely no way I could play Ken Walker. I mean, he's an emergency situation, which this is kind of an emergency situation. But I'm going to assume that Tracy is going to get a bigger workload than Ken or RJ Harvey.
I mean,
sneaky with 23 points.
Last week, Tracy 9 for 46. He had that long touchdown run.
Yeah.
So
he's still good.
Even with Scadaboo there, like he was still getting, I mean, it was obviously
come back from injury,
5 to 8 touches or carries, but you think that's going to go up at least double. So he's going to be in the double digits.
Yeah, where Scadaboo was maybe creeping into like a top end RB2, some weeks a low end RB1 in maybe people's rankings. Tracy will probably just stay in that low RB2, like 20 to 24 range. So that's the hit that I take there. And then on Eric's side, Jesus fucking Christ. Literally the first guy I see is Breece. Stinky Breece Hall, probably the best game of his career. Maybe. Let's go back a couple years ago and see what he had. 18 for 133, 2 touchdowns, and a passing touchdown.
Oh, yeah. I was just icing.
On top of it. That's when I walked away. Went and got some food.
He's about to rush, and he's like, wait, I'm playing Eli?
Decompress. I was like, I'm fucking out of here, dude. Yeah, Eric really just had Breece, Wandale, and Keon Coleman. Eric had some bye troubles this week, and he had Drake London go out, but he's still going to probably end up with a pretty decent score. So love that. Wandale, Keon, Dalton Kincaid with not great games, but the Bills defense and Josh Allen got enough to put him in a great spot. So those two, and Breece, and he still has Pat, Pacheco, and Kelsey, basically starting 2 teams against me, and it's going to beat me.
Not only that, but he picked up the Bills at 9:43 this morning to play them.
Yeah, great pickup for sure. I forget who he had before. Was it the Niners?
Niners.
Yeah.
Who just, that was a great swap.
Yeah. So if Eric gets 2 wins here, he will probably jump to first. If he gets 1 win, sneak peek and some spoilers, there might be a lot of people tied at 11 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 guys left. Needs like 45-ish, 46, and probably for a points win.
Were you going to ask me something?
Yeah. All right. Panic meter. Where's it at for you in your squad?
Because you're saying that because I got my dick pushed in this week and last week.
Saying that because you got 33 points. Most of your team played.
Sneaky going for the lowest score ever here. Gooses.
Yeah, your vibes guy.
Yeah, Scadaboo's in there picking up the locker room.
Surefire's just confused. Like, am I playing? Am I not?
Definitely not playing. Definitely not. Panic meter. So I got Puka coming back. I still have the best, or if not the second best record, or tied with it. Everyone else is creeping up a little bit. So I don't think anyone is safe. Where maybe a few weeks ago you would have thought maybe me and Eric were above the other teams, and now you and Kev are right there, and Little John is right there, and
Little J's on a
heater,
heater,
and we still have half this, or like a third of the season left.
Also, I was going to throw in, so your 2 quarterbacks, which have been great.
Yeah.
One's on bye next week.
Yes.
And then the other's on the bye the other week.
And the guy I picked up to replace them, I released a Band-Aid, Andy Dalton, my hero from my 2015 championship, had -4 today. So I don't know what I'm doing next week because I'm going to be without one of my 2-star quarterbacks for the next 2 weeks. But hopefully I get Puka back. I'm not worried about Dak. Not worried about Bijan. I love my Puka Rashee Rice duo. Not worried about Tyler Warren. This happens with tight ends. My second running back situation is not great now. The one guy I am worried about is Baker. Just a little bit. Where sneaky he's been great, but there's been games where he has not looked good and kind of just pieced together stuff at the end for fantasy and even his actual NFL team. And I don't know what's up with Egbuka and him. It feels like they haven't been able to connect recently, and Egbuka's been hurt. Baker has been overthrowing him a few times. And no Godwin, no Evans, no Bucky. Maybe if they get Bucky back, this offense can get a little shot in the arm, but I mean, where the strength of my team was my quarterbacks, it's not looking like that right now. So that's my one concern, if anything. I'm almost more concerned about that than my RB2 situation.
Damn, you ain't lying with Egbuka. It's 3 straight ugly games.
And not like they're just don't. It doesn't seem like they're on the same page. So I'm a little concerned there, but I think I still got Bijan. My 2 receivers are good. Tyler Warren's good. I think Dak just had a terrible matchup. In Denver is probably the worst matchup you can have. So my panic meter, 1 to 10, I'll say like a 3.
Nice.
How about that?
The only thing that sucks is with the points. Like, you're so low that's gonna push you down.
Yeah, where I was
now tiebreaker is points.
Yeah, I was up there above everyone for a couple weeks there, but now I'm gonna score like 40 when everyone else is getting like 130.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get probably passed by you and Eric. Yeah, I don't know. It was not a great week. That's for sure. We're moving on. Who do we got next? We got Papa and the reigning champ.
Yikes.
Where do I even start here? Kev is just sneakily putting together a great season.
Great starts.
Great starts.
Franklin
had some pillow fights in the beginning of the year, but Hurts is great. Achan's great. He's got to have.
I mean, to win this week without AJ Brown,
there you go. Gibbs on bye.
Marv, Gibbs.
Picked up Troy. I don't know if he had Troy. He had to have picked him up. He's the number 1 receiver on the week with 23.9 with a stack with Bo Nix. So that worked out really well.
I think he was a free ad on like after the waivers went.
Right. A couple duds. Darnell Mooney. Dowd only had 5. Kadon, whatever. It's a tight end. He picked up, Algier in his flex, and he ran one in. 4 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
Love that. That was when they got blown out.
Yeah. At the very end.
But Hurts had 4 passing touchdowns. Didn't realize that till right now. Him and Bo Nix played well today, and that was enough to get the job done over Mr. Mike, who just can't do it. Just can't figure out a way to win any game this year.
Crazy too, because you read the names.
Names are good.
Yeah.
Herbert and Caleb. I mean, Herbert played great on Thursday. I mean, he is. Yeah, we'll see where he's at after this, but he's averaging 22 points a game. A great season for Herbert.
I mean, 3 straight.
Caleb, I think, has cooled off a little bit. Yeah, it started 24, 16, 37 in the last 4 weeks, including his bye, 11, 20, 2, and 13. So, little lull there for him. King Henry got in the end zone twice today. He lost Judkins with the shoulder injury, so that will suck because he also has Martin Hampton. He's got CD, 7 for 74. We just talked about Egbuka. He has David Njoku, who got in the end zone. Pittman, who might have had like one of the catches of the year.
Yeah, Pittman's going to be a top 10 wide receiver after this. So
yeah, he's looking good. That offense is still looking great. No signs of slowing down. I mean, Mike put up 115 points, but sometimes that's not good enough. And it's probably not going to be good enough. Well, he lost. And it's probably not going to get a points win either.
Still has Bowers just sitting on the IR.
Yeah, we talk about bus. And we on one of those last episodes we did. Oh, the awards, the midseason awards. We didn't even bring his name up at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been hurt. So I don't know if you qualify that as a bust.
I think it's just tough for tight end because, like,
Well, he was just drafted so high. And he was we lumped him, McBride, and Kittle. I don't think anyone would have been upset if you'd pick any one of those three over the other guys. But I think Bowers was the consensus one.
he's probably what, third round, end of second?
I was going to say end of second. In the mocks we did, I think he was in the second round both times.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
I think the guys, most of the guys we were thinking of were that same round, actually.
Yeah.
Second.
So that's the argument against drafting a tight end early, is that because even if he's either bad or gets hurt, then your lineup already doesn't look great with him. Yeah, so Mike's going to fall to 2-14.
What do you do, like, if you're him?
If you're Mike? Well, let's see. His quarterbacks, Herbert's great. He's a must start. I think between Caleb and Goff, that's enough to get it done. Henry has been bad for this point. Hopefully he gets better with Lamar coming back.
2 straight good weeks, so
he has a good roster. Like, it's not like it's that bad. I think he really just has to maybe play it week by week. And if he really wanted to try and get back into it, like try and trade people for like the best matchups of the week, or maybe like a 3-week stretch or something like that, maybe oversell to get a good matchup. Maybe if you had like Henry against Cleveland, for example, but then you could trade for who's like a low end RB1 or someone like that. Someone that's like playing someone easy, like the Panthers or the Dolphins or something like that, instead of just like rolling out the same lineup every week. That's something that I would think of.
I think I'm going to be more brutal. I just think it's over. And
well, it's over.
Like,
you asked me what he should do.
No, I mean, there's I just counted. There's a possible 14 more wins between double and because there's 7 weeks.
Yeah.
He's going to be 2-14. He would have to win all of them just to go 16-14.
Which I think was the cutoff for playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm. Because I was 15-15. I would just like
start watching basketball.
At this point, like try to find a keeper.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he kept Bowers. He's not going to do that again.
He's got Igbuka.
But he took Tet and Igbuka high.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think they're... I mean,
talked about Judkins a lot.
Maybe his one hope or positive right now is Pittman took in the 13th round, and he's probably going to be a wide receiver top 10 after this week. So maybe he has a keeper, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough.
Like you said, he's taking the year off, and he actually is.
Or you just take joy in fucking eliminating other people.
There you go. All right, who we got next? We had a good matchup here. Lil J against Gale. This came down to literally one of the last plays of Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Lil J squeaked out the win on that Aaron Rodgers touchdown to Roman Wilson that he dropped but didn't. Apparently, if you get 3 feet down in the end zone and you catch the ball and drop it, it's a good touchdown.
He's a good.
So Lil J got the win. He's sneaky going to be 10-6.
Yeah, these are the top 2 scores of the week so far.
Yeah.
So it's a tough loss.
Tough loss for Gale. Having Chase Brown in his second quote unquote quarterback slot, who looked good today.
Did. Yeah.
Tua also looked great against my defense that I started. 4 touchdowns for Tua. Just looked amazing the whole day. So that's why we play the NFL games, apparently. Who else we got here? Tucker Kraft. Jesus
just
Christ.
Insane.
On tight end day, 7 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. That's got to be the number 1 tight end score of the year so far. 29.8. It's like him, maybe Andrews and
Mark
Goddard.
Yeah. Yep.
How was up there? Olave.
Ferg maybe might be up there.
Yep. Olave got 10 points. Kamara, he was your out.
Yeah, you got to be
a couple days ago or a couple episodes ago.
Even with Kendre out now on the IR.
They benched Rattler. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Hey, brought the dude in and threw a pick right away.
I didn't see. I was
asking Elena, I was like, how do you think you say his name?
What did she say?
She said show.
That's fair. I think everyone did that. I mean, how it's pronounced is stupid. Javonte still continues to be good. He only had 41 yards on the ground, but got 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, he's literally been a rock all year.
Yeah, he didn't really go through with his quote that much.
Yeah, what was his quote?
About giving him the girth and...
Pounding him?
pounding them all day.
Revenge game. Amazing.
Yeah,
they lost
I
by
mean,
20.
2 touchdowns.
That defense is good. That Denver defense, even without Surtain, because he came back in and then he left for the rest of the game.
He was in, then out,
and then
and in again, and then out.
and then out. Yeah.
And he was also on Pickens. He wasn't on CD.
And then Little J's team put up a great week. Jordan Love, his running back quarterback combo with Love and Jacobs. 35 for Love, 12 for Jacobs. McCaffrey probably had the worst game he might had as a Niner without getting hurt. 25 yards total or rushing. How many receiving yards did he have?
Like 30, 40?
43 for 43. So super weird. That defense is also pretty good, Houston. Lad McConkey might be back. You were saying it. So first 4 weeks, 10, 7, 6, and 1. Last 4 weeks, 12, 19, 11, and 17.
Yep.
So no QJ catches will help that. Could be
That's a weird one.
still an extreme Patriots situation, like anyone on the Patriots can eat and any one of these Chargers can eat. And now they have another guy catching a bunch of balls who I'm about to talk about on John's bench.
Oh, is he on his bench?
Yeah, Gadsden. I'll just say it. How the fuck do you say this guy's name? Ronde?
Yo, that would have been a tough L if he had him. Like I did. He lost and didn't play him.
Yeah, Henry had 7 in his lineup, and he had Gadsden on the bench.
Henry had 1 catch.
Free pickup for Jay, and that he looks good.
Yeah.
And Herbert's been throwing it to him more and more each week. Woody Marks for 13, and Jordan Addison, who's sneaky been solid. So he came back week 4, 13, 12, 17, 10. Couple games of over 100 yards receiving. Found the end zone 2 out of those 4 games. So he looks good.
I got a question. If you're Little J and this Gadsden guy is just maybe him.
Yep.
Would you even consider trying to go like trade for Herbert?
I mean, Rodgers has been good. Herbert's been better. Like, obviously one of the best quarterbacks this year.
No, Rodgers has been great for
last
2 quarterbacks.
4 games. I mean, Rodgers had 1 game under 10 points, and the rest are over 15. A 30, a 21, a 28.
I just thought of it, and I was like, that'd be sick to have
him and that seems like stacking a lot of, because he has Love and Jacobs, and then he would have Herbert, McConkey, and Gadsden. Seems like it would
just be putting all your chips in.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Chargers.
I mean, his running backs are still sick.
Isn't he a Chargers fan? Isn't that?
I mean, maybe. McCaffrey, Jacobs, great. He's got Ladd, Addison, Garrett Wilson will come back at some point. So those 3,
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, are decent enough to get it done. He's got a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, if anything, you'd try and upgrade your receiver room a little bit. He's got Chuba on his bench.
Yeah, and Evans probably cooked.
Yeah, I don't know. The trade that me and Jay had was Evans and Addison for Scadaboo. Obviously, those other 2 guys are hurt. At the time, I think, and as this happened, when Addison was scoring points, it definitely was a win for both sides. And now it just gives John an extra depth piece as a receiver. So he'll take
Addison's been great.
I didn't think he would be the one name that we're talking about several weeks later versus Evans and Scadaboo as the guy comes out on top.
Yeah, his 4 games. Like, it's 2 really great games from catches and yards over 100. And then the other 2 games that he didn't go over 100, he scored in both. So, 4 great games. He was a guy, too, that I really liked.
Addison? Yeah.
It was weird. I came up to you to try and get a trade for him.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were just saying, in general. Because I think when he went to Minnesota, it was just ooh, he's with Jefferson. So, but no, he's always been good. USC?
He's good.
And then sneaky defensive play by John that basically won him the week.
Dude, they had
26.
They had 3 touchdowns.
They had
2 were called back.
That pick 6 from Rattler, where the guy tipped it and caught it and walked 2 yards in the end zone, was pretty sick. They had 2 picks, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown, and only gave up 3 points. So great play in hindsight there.
Yeah, they could have had almost 40.
And Little J is gonna work his way up to 10-6 and knocking on the playoff door.
Yeah, he's right there.
All right, who else we got here? Rick and John.
I believe, just a little teaser, I play Jay next week.
That'll be fun. So same thing with Mike here as Big J. Jay just can't find a way to get a win here. And he's going to lose 2 more. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm looking at this and I was like, oh, he has 2 players left, but it doesn't even show a number for QJ. You'll see that in the post or in the actual video.
Oh, okay.
It just says the dashes because he goosed.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got Bill left. If Bill gets 25 points, he wins. Against the Chiefs, probably not. Drake May continues to be great. It's been great the whole year, spreading the ball around.
Yeah, he's a
He's
beast.
fucking awesome. Can run, can throw. He literally is Josh Allen.
His floor is like 22.
Literally.
Like, it's crazy.
I think his lowest score of the year
It
was
was against Buffalo.
10. 10 and 14.
But they won that game.
28, 20, 26, 32, 24, 24. He had the same, almost the same score as last week. Travion Henderson, Jay's running backs have basically been terrible all
Well, we
year.
went the rookie route.
Yeah, Gentie's been up and down. Henderson's been a 0. He looked good in this game for a second until he fumbled.
Yeah.
Bill's been up and down. Who else did he draft? He drafted Caleb Johnson. I know that, but he's not on his team anymore. So that's been a weak spot for him. Jalen Waddle's been good. Harold Fannin, my boy. I think we both like this guy. Yeah, Gabriel just looks for this guy. And he's good.
Yeah, the targets are crazy for a tight end.
Right. T. Higgins got in the end zone on 1 catch. And the Justin Fields experience, we just were talking about it before we hit record. Listen to this game log. 31 points, week 1. Negative 0.2. Got hurt, didn't play. 28, 26. Negative 4. 1, 23. So literally half the weeks, including the one he didn't play, he's been bad. And the other half, he's been great. So you're really just rolling the dice with him every week.
That Fields Stroud bet is tight, I think.
Yeah. We'll check in with those at some point. But yeah, that was a good one. And then Rick's team is just celebrating in the clubhouse again. Might not get a points win. We'll see about that. But Dimers is just fucking him, man. There was a thing that came across the bottom of the screen today when we're in Red Zone. It's like, I think it said the Colts are looking to sign Daniel Jones to a multi-year extension. I'm just like, what fucking world are we living in when that was a thing last year? Rashad White, 7, in the Bucky absence, just is not Bucky.
Yeah, so he had 2 great games.
Yeah.
21 and 16.
But you could, the eye tests.
Yeah, I told you they put up the stats. The rushing is like terrible without Bucky. The offensive yards, like just everything without him. But who knows? Hopefully Bucky's back. They're on a bye next week.
Rick had Dave Montgomery on a bye. Him and Swift are his usual 2 guys, I think. DK Metcalf continues to catch not a lot of balls, but he's catching a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's had a touchdown in 5 of 7 games, which was pretty good, and never more than 5 catches. So you pretty much know what you're getting from him every week. Justin Jefferson did enough to put up 10. Kyle Pitts on tight end day had 10. Just a solid performance from Rick. Everyone did their job. Pickens, 11 points, 7 for 78. I think CD had the same exact line, actually. What the hell? That's weird. And CJ Stroud looked like a Hall of Famer today against our Niners.
Yeah, that was
throwing
crazy.
to nobody. He had what, like 200 something yards at half?
Yeah.
And then ended with 318. Yeah, time of possession, I think, what did they say? It was out of the 30 minutes in the first half, like 24 of them was the Texans. And we didn't see a Niners offensive play until like 2 minutes.
2 minute warning?
2 minute warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rick did enough to get it done. And Rick was the laughingstock. After the first few weeks, I think he was 0-6. And now he's going to be at least 6-10 So Rick's doing a little. He's not out of it by any means.
How do you feel about Khalil Shakir? He's on his bench. You just look at his game log.
I think he's probably one of the most reliable flexes you can have. How about that? I mean, you're never going to put him in your top 24 ranking, like literally under any circumstance, I think. But you could do worse at your flex.
He'll probably be right around there after this week.
Think so?
Like back 24 to 30, around there.
Wide receiver 40 on the year. This was clearly his best game. He's going to go up after that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has the ability to get 7 to 9 targets in a great matchup. I mean, could be little matchup dependent.
They got the Chiefs next week.
Yeah,
Bills, Chiefs.
I mean, those games have historically been good. So I mean, he'd be he was on my team, he'd be a top flex consideration for sure. So Rick's going to come out with a win. We'll see what happens with him later. And then the last matchup of the day, the Chef versus Tootin' and Scootin', my co-host, who this looked pretty bleak for you.
Yeah, I called it.
30 minutes.
Hit the GG text.
Hit the GG.
Try to do a little reverse psychology.
Little sandbag in there, but we'll allow it. James Cook and Saquon combined for 70 points. 70 points. Cook looked great. I mean, this
216
Panthers D is not great by any means, but once again, I mean, him and Saquon are probably the two of the top 5 running backs candidates to break a long one, and they both did today multiple times. Dub started Cousins, which I laughed at multiple times today. Portland Sutton, Keenan Allen, not great. Goose,
which is crazy.
Yeah, crazy considering the season he's had. Roma Dunze, 7 for 114. Thub started 2 Bengals, one being Flacco, one being the Bengals defense. Flacco had 26, and those 2 spots combined for 19 points.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know there. So Thub, the solid week, it's just a couple detrimental starts.
Yeah, if he starts Mac Jones.
Right.
Over Cousins.
Cousins, Ferg. I mean, you're never going to bench Ferg, but Cousins, Ferg, and his defense combined for 1 point. And that's enough to not get it done versus you, who had similar starts, Tyler Huntley and Marcus Mariota. You're still losing by 9. But
yeah, Mariota could just land.
I mean, we've seen a few bad performances this week, and it's a tough matchup in Kansas City, but I think odds are that you're probably going to win this one. But Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley, apparently that's his name, had 18 points, so you'll take that.
For sure.
Fantasy MVP, my pick of this year, Jonathan Taylor, with just another literally the casual 39 points.
Yeah, he had, I said in the chat, he had 12 carries.
I mean, we have seen versus this Titans team, we talked about it literally the night before when I came home, that the last few games he's just shit on them, literally shit on them. So 39 for Taylor, while he already is the RB1. I mean, that's a league winner right there. I mean, he was drafted high, but not high enough to then even give you more value, because then you're able to get, in your case, Jamar Chase or maybe Bijan or someone else that you can have a little bit more depth in your lineup. And then your other guys right here, J.K. Dobbins, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, George Kittle, all had over 10 points.
Yeah, it was just solid.
Another 12-catch game from Chase. Him and Flacco are just clearly on the same page.
I said it in the chat. If you look at his game log, 65 targets in the last 4 games.
Yeah, that's going to get it done, Jim.
He had 19 today. T had 2.
Yeah, clearly Joe knows what he wants to do. And
crazy.
Without Sauce Gardner out there, it's not going to be easy to stop. Devontae Smith did solid. Dobbins. So let's look at this, the box score real quick, because there was a Dobbins RJ Harvey conversation going on.
I mean, it's just Harvey's the goal line back.
Let's get down to that.
That's what he's been recently.
So Dobbins, 15 for 111. Harvey, 7 for 46, but Harvey got all the touchdowns. So if you look at the carry count, Dobbins is still the guy. But I mean, we've expected Harvey to get a bigger role as the season goes on. I still think up to this point, I didn't expect Dobbins to be the guy this much. But I think that's just a two-headed beast there.
Yeah,
There's
and I
no
mean,
clear one guy. Harvey's still going to get work.
If it goes to Harvey, I drafted another top tier running back that hopefully comes back, Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just swap that and have Bucky and Taylor as my 2 running backs, and then my flex will just be a rotating door between
As most
Dobbins, Worthy. Yeah, I don't know.
Goddard.
Godwin, dude. I don't know, man.
The audible fuck when Goddard had the second touchdown was pretty funny. Only 3 catches though, but
7 touchdowns on the year, and we're through. He's played 7 games.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so basically everyone you had scored at least 10 or 11, and then you had Taylor. So it's probably going to be enough to get it done. I mean, Worthy's been not great. Still worth watching the game. But
dude, just give me like 7 because I feel like Worthy could outscore Mariota easily.
Yeah. I mean, Worthy's a one-play guy.
I'm saying he could outscore him, but that would be like him putting up 8 and Mariota puts up like 4. Like,
I mean, Mariota's when he's been in has been good, but
this matchup,
I don't think this matchup has been anything he's faced yet. He's played the Raiders.
Luckily, he's getting his guys back.
Yeah, Terry and Debo.
So just throw it to fucking Debo. And
the 3 teams he's played have been the Raiders, the Falcons, and the Cowboys. Oh wait,
Cowboys. He came in because Jaden.
Okay,
yeah, and he threw an awful.
Yeah, so this is going to be his toughest matchup yet. So definitely worth watching there.
Just run, like don't even pass.
So essentially, if we assume you're going to win, let's see here.
I think I need like 11-ish for the points win, probably.
So if that happens, it would be, yeah, you'd be 11-5. Kev will be maybe 11-5. I'm going to be 11-5. Eric's going to be either 12-4 or 11-5. Little Jay's going to be 10-6. So it's nobody's safe, which maybe a couple weeks ago you wouldn't have said that.
Yep. Thub can still get a points win Thub could still get 2 wins if I don't.
And Eric needs a lot from his Chiefs. So worth watching.
But then we got the anchors down there.
Yeah. The bottom feeders. I've been there. Okay, it's all the matchups. So let's talk about waivers for a little bit. So this is going to be interesting because we skipped last week, but there are a couple guys here that are going to bring value soon, if not immediately. We'll start with the quarterbacks. So once again, we always preface that we do a 2 quarterback league, so most of the quarterbacks are rostered. But in a 1 quarterback league, you wanted to talk about someone.
Oh yeah, I mean streaming for sure, but even just to have a second guy on your roster for whenever it just depends on who you drafted too. But I think Flacco, they're gonna throw it a lot. And I mean, you just read his stat. What's his game log?
I'm trying
with Cincy.
I'm trying to pull up.
Just go to Trevor.
Yeah,
so 20.
Since he's been with the Bengals, 22, 29, 26, playing against the Packers, the Steelers, and the Jets. I mean, the Jets are the Jets, but they have an okay defense.
They got the Bears next week.
Yeah, that's a dub at home.
And then he plays Pitt again, but I mean, after the bye. But it's like,
I don't see any defense here where I'm scared of.
You look at the top half, the 4 games he played with Cleveland.
Yeah.
2 total touchdowns. The turnovers are insane.
Like literally numbers in every column.
Like 2 almost every game. And
he's had none.
He has not turned it over.
Yeah.
He has freaking a QB sneak touchdown today.
That was insane.
Like,
he ran for 10 yards.
He's going to air it out, man. It's like last week or 2 weeks ago when we did the Thursday Night Dog. I was just like, yo, give me the 36 pass attempts because they're going to throw it.
Well, I mentioned today that we talked about Dak and the Cowboys going into the season being the Bengals, like budget Bengals with Burrow and the bad defense. And now it seems like the Bengals are back as maybe the budget Cowboys or equal to the Cowboys with that offense and that terrible defense. So they're going to be in shootouts pretty much. I mean, you see with the Jets, if the Jets could put up 38 on them,
And like
Love
also
that.
like if you're playing in a 6 touchdown throwing league,
Mm-hmm.
I mean
6 points.
Flacco's putting up 30 almost every week.
Yeah.
In Cincy so far. So yeah, definitely. I mean, right away from when we drop this, they're playing the Bears this week at home.
Uh,
I'm starting them.
yeah.
For
in
sure.
like a 12-team, one
Like if I
league.
there's off the top of my head, obviously you're not putting them over those top tier guys, right? Hurts, Allen, Mahomes. Also not
Herbert.
off the top of my head, don't know how many of these guys are on buys. But once you get to like those 7, 8, 9, 10 guys, I might be taking a shot on Joe.
Okay. Geriatric Joe. And CJ Stroud, to a lesser extent, but
Yeah, he's just looked good the last. Well, no, was it last week? He looked bad again.
so when was that Ravens game? Oh, that was a while ago. So the Ravens was week 5. He had 34. Then he went on bye. Then he had a tough game in Seattle.
He looked bad.
Yeah, he's matchup dependent because Baltimore is Swiss cheese.
I mean, no one thought
Tennessee is Swiss cheese. He had 21.
they got Denver next week.
The Rams, Bucks, and Jags all have had solid defenses this year, and he had no more than 13. So streamer, depending on the matchup.
So yeah,
I mean Denver next week, absolutely not.
Yeah, even though it's at home, but
Jacksonville the week after, no.
Also, nobody thought he was going to do this to the Niners today.
True,
but
with no weapons.
Denver has a reputable secondary.
Next, if you were talking about one quarterback league, the next week I'd want to play him is week 11 against the Titans. So I would skip Broncos and Jacksonville.
I'd probably play him in Jacksonville just because it's at home.
Yeah, defense has been interesting.
Their front's good, but
yeah,
I don't think you could throw on them.
Okay. Yeah, so those are the two quarterbacks, and obviously not that much owned, especially Flacco in the one quarterback league. Tight ends, we got Gadsden and Fannin and Mason Taylor. Let's just throw all those 3 guys into like the same tier. I mean, we've talked about Fannin on this segment for seems like half the year, and I'm gonna pull up.
He did it with Njoku on the field today too.
He is. Where the hell is the
Fannin?
Well, I see him. Where the hell was I going? I'm gonna cut this part out.
I want to see where he's at in Dynasty.
That's because I was looking at this. Whoops. All right, Fannin is 54% owned. So, I mean, this has been like several weeks now of him being relevant. So you could do worse there. Gadsden's 68% owned. His targets have gone up every single week for the last few weeks. Well, that's a lie. But first 3 games, he didn't play the first 2 weeks for whatever reason. And then 7 targets, 3 targets, 1 target. And the last 3 games, 8, 9, 5. 7 catches, 7 catches, 5 catches. So his arrow's pointing up for sure, and looks good too. Doesn't seem fluky. But there with that, I will say that with that Chargers offense, there will be probably games where he gets nothing because QJ, Keenan, and Lab, there's no way that all of them will eat every game. So you're gonna have to.
And it's pretty much been that way. So QJ was insane, right? Everyone was saying Lad sucks.
He's been terrible lately.
Then Keenan came out of nowhere for a few weeks, was top 10 receiver.
Now it was Keenan and QJ in the beginning, and now it seems it's kind of switching to Lad and Gadsden.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting there.
And this is all just because Herbert has to throw.
Right.
Well, actually, Kamani Vidal had 120 yards, I think, Thursday night. But they're throwing a lot. Yeah. Like everyone was saying, this is a Harbaugh and Roman. It's a running scheme. I don't think so. He's throwing a lot.
Yeah. And they just got Joe Alt back too, which helps.
Clearly looked like it helped, yeah.
Yeah. And then Mason Taylor just gets targets. So if you're talking about a high floor, even with that shitty offense, it's getting open. Rookie, getting more and more action.
He's got Brees throwing him touchdowns too.
Yeah, that was fucking insane. That's just when stuff like that happens. It's like, all right, time to look at next week. And then wide receivers. So Troy Franklin was the number 1 guy in the week. I mean, he's just a deep ball guy and a big play guy. I mean, when Bo Nix is clicking, him, Sutton, and Mims could all eat.
I had Franklin for 3 weeks, didn't do anything, so I was dropping him. Then Kev free added.
Yeah, he's in that Shaheed and
Josh Downs.
Who's the guy in the fucking Chiefs? Tyquan Thornton, Slayton on the Giants, like guys that you could throw on your flex and just hope for you might get 1 point, but you could get 20. And that was this week for Franklin. And then Xavier Hutchinson and Jalen Noel on the Texans without Nico. I think that has to be said.
Yeah.
Are startable. Do you favor one over the other after watching this game without Nico? I mean, Noel had made a couple of good catches.
I mean, Noel last week, too, was 4 for 77, 7 targets, and that was with Nico. So he just, I mean, last few games, he's looked good. I think Hutchinson had another game earlier in the year, too, right, where he only had like 2 catches, but they were both touchdowns.
Yeah, wasn't that against Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Yeah.
So the volume is not there at all, hasn't been there at all for Hutchinson, except this week, 6 targets.
Maybe with Nico out, you have more confidence in throwing one of these guys in your flex. And obviously these two, I think, are lower than Troy Franklin.
Well, yeah, and like we said, too, they're playing Denver and Jacksonville next 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm okay with Jacksonville, but next week you're not going to play these
Absolutely
guys.
Not. Alec Ayomai on the silly Titans.
Yeah, no Ridley, 8 targets.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have a ceiling.
I just don't want to watch.
Nah.
I think I'm like, why don't I care about targets on this team? It's like A, it's Cam Ward, and B, it's
yeah. What are the targets?
Yeah, it's crappy. And then I said before we were talking about the Chargers.
Dude, sorry. I'm looking at the Titans game log. Their schedule has been weird. They have 3 straight road games. They play the Chargers next week at home, and then a bye, and then 3 more home games after that.
Nice.
That's weird. Sorry, continue.
It's okay. Talked about the Chargers as this version is the budget Chargers, the Patriots wide receivers. So Diggs, Booty, Pop Douglas. Booty got in the end zone this week. Diggs did too.
Yeah, he did.
I want to say they're just all even. Because, I mean, Douglas may be a little below Booty and Diggs.
I think he's the big play guy, though. Pop.
Really? That's how I feel about Booty.
Well, I mean, Douglas showed he had 1 catch today for 44 yards.
Yeah. So I would say Diggs and Booty are a little similar. And then Douglas is. But any one of those guys could have a big game, and none of us would be surprised.
Yeah, Douglas, his game log is not
great.
He's got a goose in there, 2 games with 1 catch, 1 target. Diggs was looking great.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
I may have gotten duped a little bit there with the 2 big games, and then really targets kind of went away. I think that's just the way May plays. It's like him, Herbert, and Love are all kind of similar. They spread it around. None of them really have like the number one, like a Jefferson or a Chase. So they spread it around a lot. And it makes it tough for fantasy. But
I feel like I'd be comfortable starting him this week coming up. They're facing the Falcons at home. Falcons just got shit on
by Tua. Yeah.
So
talking about Patriots guys?
More so just Diggs. I think I'd be comfortable starting him at home next week.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case a friend needed it.
I need some. That's for sure. Running backs. So we got some names here. I'm going to start with.
Yeah, we should rank these.
Yeah. We'll start with Tyrone Tracy. So was hurt. Was the guy to start the season. Scadaboo comes in. Is good. Tracy gets hurt at the same time. Misses a few weeks. He's only been back for a couple weeks. So getting ramped back up. He had 9 carries. You said last week.
Yeah. Yeah. He's had
with
carries.
Scadaboo there.
Mm-hmm.
So now Scadaboo's gone. I would think that him and Singletary would not split. Maybe it's like a first, second, and then Singletary is third down. And hopefully Tracy would be the goal line back, I would think. I don't know what they would do there. But he's got to be the number 1 pickup if he's not owned. That's just, I think, with receivers and when opportunity comes up, like the Xavier Hutchinson, for example, it's like you don't spend, at least for me, you wouldn't spend like all your fab or a waiver priority on a receiver getting opportunity. But if a running back like for the Cardinals, for example, or the Chargers with Vidal, and then with the Cardinals when they had Michael Carter in that situation, you have to take a shot. You have to spend up on a running back, especially if they have rest of season value. So Tracy, for sure, out of all these names we're going to name, is my number one. And then you have guys like Tank Bigsby, Tajay Spears, Kamani Vidal. We haven't really talked about that much because we missed last week. Woody Marks, RJ Harvey, Ollie Gordon. So RJ had the 3-touchdown game. Ollie Gordon also got in the end zone today. Tajay did as well. Tank potentially is a Band-Aid guy if Saquon misses. What are your thoughts? What's a name here that you like?
I think my number one for sure is Vidal.
Really?
Tracy. Yeah, even just if you look at the schedule, I mean, Chargers going to be in much more winning games than the Giants.
True.
Tracy, looking at his schedule, he's got the Niners this week, then the Bears, but then he's just got Green Bay, Detroit, at New England, Minnesota, Washington. Just doesn't seem like positive game scripts.
I think I believe in the talent more of Tracy than Vidal's talent, but maybe his opportunity, Vidal, is a little better with the better offense.
I think he looked really good Thursday.
Vidal, yeah. He's really small, but he looked good.
I mean, I'd put of our guys here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if anything was wrong with Saquon,
which I don't think it is.
No, me neither. He
Yeah.
said he was fine. I think Tank would always be my number one.
Yeah. Oh, it's purely just because Tracy
great.
is a rest of season play.
Yeah.
And even with Vidal, Hampton will be back at some point. So that's my one reservation there. And then, yeah, if Saquon misses a week, I'd throw some dollars on Tank, especially if you just lost Scotty.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'd probably go Kamani Vidal, Tracy for sure, because those are your RB1s.
Yep.
The other guys are
for a lot of big.
But Tajay looks good.
Yep.
Woody looked good today. Looked quick. I'd probably go Woody there third.
Because he's like damn near a starter too.
Then Tajay. I mean, Pollard's there just poking around.
Right.
Harvey, I mean, this is even because I have Dobbins either, because I didn't expect to have Dobbins playing this long. I don't know.
Not yet. I don't think. Not yet.
He had
good signs.
Three of his carries came when they were up 25.
And one of his carries was 40 yards.
One of his carries was 40 yards.
And with 46.
He was just a goal line back. It was weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dobbins. So, yeah, I'm not there with him. Ollie Gordon is more eye test. He looks good, but
he looks big.
Yeah, he looks big. Looks good. He's just not going to get. He's not going to get work over.
Yeah, you can't really.
Little man,
If Achane went down, then yeah, he'd be a guy.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one.
All these guys.
So if any of these guys,
if they all went down,
would it still be? Well, it would be Tank.
We'll take away Tracy, take away Vidal. If everyone else here went down,
like the starter.
Let's see. I would look at talent and opportunity. It would be.
Well, also,
Tank
has to just be rostered.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, he's in the RJ Harvey, like literally guys that are rostered. Huh. It's a good question. It'd probably either RJ or Tank for me. Better offenses. Who knows with that Miami situation? I would have more stability, I think, with Tank or RJ than I would Ollie Gordon. I mean, RJ Harvey was a decently high draft pick too. They traded for Tank Bigsby, so I'd see them both as equal. Maybe RJ would have more big play ability than Tank, and Jalen Hurts would snake some of those touchdowns.
I mean, Tank today, what was it?
He looked good.
7 for 100?
Yeah, I would go RJ, Tank, Ollie Gordon. Then Tajay.
Yeah, 9 for 104 for Tank.
I don't want any part of that Titans team.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks good, though. Tajay looks good.
He's always looked good. It's just it's been staying on the field has been his problem.
But yeah, you don't want to be next to that quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, not catching the ball.
With two hands. Yeah, any other takeaways from the games today or anything? That was all we had on the schedule. I checked out about midway through the
National Tight End Week.
National Tight End Week. Any dog? You hit any dogs?
I won DK by a lot.
Yeah.
Did not hit dogs because your guy, Tyler Warren, did not
Wasn't
score. Because I did 2 tight end ones. And I did a 4-1 where 3 of them hit, but McCaffrey, Niners just took the day off. So yeah, didn't hit any.
I had one. I had a 4 leg. It was Goddard touchdown that hit. Taylor over 123 all-purpose yards that hit. Flacco over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and I just needed a Bijan touchdown, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, him and Saquon, or him and not Saquon, him and CMC just took the week off.
Yeah, it's hard to see, or hard to imagine that with those running backs with all the high floor. You expect that more with receivers, but it happens. Especially if you have fucking old ass Kirk Cousins running out there and no Drake London.
Who you got next week before we sign off?
I think I got the rating champ.
Oh, that's right. I told you.
Mr. Mike, but I got one quarterback for the next couple weeks, so I don't know what is going to happen.
Thub versus Eric. Me and Jay should be a good matchup.
Who's Kev play?
Gale, John.
Big J.
Yes, Gale and Rick play each other. And then you got your Bucks on a bye. I got Devontae Smith on a bye.
Which is probably good for them. I think this is a great time for a bye for them. And they fucking won today, so what do I know? Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. That is it. We will see you on the week 9 preview.
Yes, Tuesday.
Damn.
We're going to get Mike? Might just be quitting the rest of the year.
He might have put his contract in the shredder.
He's going to come troll and give us terrible dog picks.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Worthy, Mariota. Give me 10.
Peace. Adios.